This is the Sefula Secondary School, which is located in Mongu, western part of Zambia. And the Sefula Secondary School is one of the old schools, which was opened in 1960. That's when it opened its first doors to the new students. Now, we have engaged ourselves in the production unit, and where we are standing now is just on one of the activities that we are undertaking as a school. And this is our fish pond, which is a 20 by 30 meters fish pond, and we stocked 6,000 fingerlings in this fish pond on the 21st of February. And within the next coming 4 months, we should be able to harvest what we put in. The fish pond was put up so that the learners can be able to acquire the skills where fish farming is concerned. That's why most of the activities that are done here, they are done by the pupils themselves. They come to fish, to feed the fish at regular times, somewhere around 10 hours and 16 hours. Those are the times that the fish is being fed. And they know the quantities of how much they should be able to feed the 6,000 fingerlings at this stage, because the stages also differ, and the amount of feed that is supposed to be given to the fingerlings that are in this fish pond. And also this fish pond is going to give us some income as a school, because once we do the harvest in 6 months' time from now, we will be able to generate some income that will be able to plow in the running of the school as well. The school is located in a vulnerable area where we have a lot of pupils who are disadvantaged, and so we support them through the production unit. And I hope this fish pond will be able to generate enough resources which we can be able to use to support our learners. More so, like we've got some day scholars who come to the school and they will spend the whole day in school. So once in a while, what we do from the production unit, after we have raised some resources, we do prepare a meal for them once in a while so that they can be able to have a meal instead of walking long distances going back home during lunch and then coming back. So this is basically one of the ventures that we have in the school under the production unit. The production unit, hopefully, we should be able, after harvesting this, we should be able to extend further by digging more fish ponds. The intention is what we want to do in the future is where we can be able to harvest one fish pond every term. That is going to be good for us, because then we will have a good income which will be coming in. And the way the fish pond is now, whatever will be coming here, we've got the market already. And the market is the boarding school. We are not talking about the outside market, because this fish which is here can even be eaten up by our pupils who are in boarding. When we start doing the harvest, the pupils will be there. They will be doing the harvest on their own, and then they will be able to take this fish to the boarding, and with the cooks, they will be able to work on the fish, clean it, and then prepare it for the boarding, for the pupils who are in boarding. So you will find that there is that chain whereby we will not be able to struggle where market is concerned, because we've got a red market where we've got about 500 pupils who are in boarding, and they will be able to benefit from this fish pond. So thank you so much for now as we move on to the other ventures. Thank you so much. We have come to our second unit in the production unit, and this is the poultry where we keep the broilers. So you can follow me as we go in. So where we are, this is our poultry, and this is where we keep our broiler chickens, and we normally keep them in batches of 400. So each batch, when we are keeping them, we keep them in batches of 400. So basically these broiler chickens, they are about 5 weeks old now, and in the next week, coming week, as you can see, they are fully grown up. In week 6, we should be able to be ready to start selling them. The broiler chickens help us in the feeding of the pupils, because we believe that a well-nourished child will be able to learn adequately. and that's why we do all these things, so that they should be able to get the best meals we can be able to give them. Talking about the meals, the pupils at this school are fed 3 times in a week, either on beef or chickens, depending on what is available. And that gives them at least a good nutrition diet of the food that they eat. The broiler chickens are also sold to the surrounding community and the teaching fraternity when need be. But mostly the red market that we have for these broiler chickens is the pupils. Now, as you can be able to see the litter that is in this pot, this litter is taken outside in the garden where we are growing vegetables, where we grow cabbages, we grow tomatoes. All those, they also go to the feeding of the pupils. This enables us to grow crops which are fertilizer free. We don't apply fertilizer to the vegetables that we grow in this institution, because we've got a lot of manure that comes from the poultry that we are in today. And after this, we'll be able to bring another bunch of 400 or so chicks, which we should be able to grow again and continue feeding our learners. This activity has enabled us to raise enough resources in the school where we can be able to motivate even the teachers. Like in the past years, the past 2-3 years, the money raised from the production unit in overall, at one time we spent it in the rehabilitation of our computer room, where we have now about 60 computers, 60 slots, which can be able to accommodate about 60 computers. And those, they go a long way in the teaching of the pupils. So you can be able to see the linkages as to how these production unit issues are assisting the school. Apart from feeding the learners, generating income, it was also supporting the rehabilitation of the school infrastructure and whatever we are doing in the school. So this is the poultry, and we have 300 broiler chickens as at now. Thank you so much. Where we are now, this is our garden part, and this is where we normally grow tomatoes and vegetables to sell to the surrounding communities, and more so also to feed our pupils who are in boarding. This area is manured by the dung from the cattle that we keep. As at now, we've got about 90 cattle, and this is where we keep them. And once this place is manured, then we transplant the cabbages or the tomatoes, the vegetables that we have, and we plant in here. Usually we do tomatoes and we also do cabbages. It is important to note that the manures that are coming from the poultry where we were, and also the cow dung, and also from the piggery, all that manure is brought into the garden here, and it is used to fertilize whatever we are doing in this garden. The pupils learn a lot here, because they are the ones who do the transplanting. They are the ones who assist in the watering when they knock off. They are the ones who apply if they need to apply the pesticides and all those things. So there are a lot of skills that the pupils learn here. And that's why we are proud to say every child who comes out of Sefula Secondary School, apart from being academically sound, they should also go out with a skill, with a vocation, such that even when they go out in the community after completing their grade 12, they don't have employment, they can be able to stand on their own from the skills that they are able to capture from the time they will be in this school, when they come into grade 8 up to the time they complete grade 12. Because a child will never go wrong. They can maintain a garden in the backyard where they are coming from. They can grow various vegetables as they are learning the skills from here. So this is very, very important activity for us as a school, and also for the pupils as well, because this is what is going to make them citizens, better citizens, when they grow up and when they complete school. So this is about the third unit in the production unit, and this is the garden part of it. Thank you so much, and we'll go to the next one. We have now come to the Piggery, which is our fourth unit in the production unit. The Piggery, like we will go in, you will find we have some piglets and big pigs. This is where also the pupils come to learn about how they can be able to keep the pigs. Wherever they are coming from, the villages, they keep pigs, so it gives them a better chance of how they can be able to look after pigs from this venture. So we are in the Piggery section, which is our fourth unit in the production unit. Here in the Piggery, we've got 5 grown-up pigs, and then we also have 9 piglets, which they are about a month old now. The pigs which are in here, of the 5, we have 4 which are female, and then we have 1 male one. These pigs which are in here, they are looked after by the pupils themselves. They take turns to come and do the cleaning and the feeding of the pigs as well. And sometimes they even identify diseases, and then quickly we can be able to call veterinary personnel to come and look at our pigs as they are looking after them. These pigs, they also help us, apart from training our learners how to look after the pigs, they also help us in generating income for the school. Because once they are grown up, we are able to sell to places like, to outlets like Zambia, and also to our boarding for those people that take pork. We are able to supply the boarding. Now, the way the production unit is done in this school is done as a business venture, whereby it supports the school, it raises its own funds, and then supporting the ventures in the school. Whatever the school gets from the production unit, the school has to pay for it. There is nothing that the school gets for free. Whatever we get from the production to feed the pupils in body, the school has to pay to the production unit. And by doing that, we are able to do a lot of ventures under the production unit. So this is the Piggery section, and we hope we'll be able to go back to the numbers that we had some 2 years ago, before the outbreak of the African swine disease, where we lost about 10 pigs, and then we were forced now to slaughter and sell more than 28 pigs. So this is again the beginning for this lot, where we have now 5 pigs and 9 piglets. Hopefully this will be able to multiply for the future. The ventures that we are doing, we want to increase on these activities that we are doing in the school. Like I earlier mentioned, when we went to the fish pond, we want to increase on the number of fish ponds to at least 6, where we can be able to harvest a fish pond every term. And apart from that, Sefula Secondary School is very advantaged because we've got enough land where we can be able to do all the activities that we want to do. And apart from that, we've got enough water. We are bordered with a stream that doesn't dry up. So we have enough water to do all the activities that we can be able to do. As long as we've got support that can be able to enable us to do other activities. Apart from the fish farming, we want to go into goat rearing as well. We have enough land, like I've said. What needs is just to fence it. And then you push in some costs, and then they'll start multiplying. And I know we've got ready market also for goats, apart from the So this is what we are doing as Sefula Secondary School as a team. Thank you so much.